allegiance to the flag
We need
of
to
the United States of
We got a
America
lot of opportunities.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. First item of business is the approval of the February 20th study session. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, approval of the bills list.
Let's pay the bills.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, public comments. Hearing none, we'll move on.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to amend the agenda to add to vote on a park board member.
Yes, please.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
We'll make that item number 1 under new business.
Mr. Mayor, I'd also like to amend the agenda.
Is there a second?
Haven't heard the agenda.
Oh, we're to discuss eliminating paper.
I'm sorry.
To discuss eliminating these paper copies.
Second.
Any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That'll be item number 2 under new business. All right, that brings us to old business, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the wastewater treatment plant. I did meet with Mr. Ross before we came in here, and we do, the current situation is a lot better. Our system is working more optimally. Our outflows and everything are within acceptable limits, but we still will continue to produce the solid waste, and they'll still have to be disposed of. We're not producing it at the same rate. Am I characterizing this accurately? But the rate of solid formation is down because the enzymes or whatever are breaking it down, but we still would have probably at least a couple loads a year that we would have to have hauled out. There's also the pending regulations on phosphates that the current system doesn't fully resolve, but the reed bed system would. The pricing that we had on this was $834,000. We've got 300, well, right at $400,000 in ARPA money right now. We have paid for the engineering studies and got the plans and everything. So we're really at a point where we're ready to go if we're going to go. The thing I need to do is get with the bank to line up the other $400,000. I just need a lead from y'all whether it's okay to go forward and pursue the financing, or if we want to hold, or what's your pleasure?
Motion to pursue the financing.
Discussion. Kyle, when I was down right here about less than a month ago, we were talking about that. Wasn't there an alternative that we wanted to discuss about that or no?
Not really. The way we discuss things with Jim, talking with us and informing us with the new regulations coming in play that we want to stay on top of, and the longevity of it for any operators, as in like Bob leaves, Jack leaves, well, yeah, obviously, or me or whoever. This is a plan that's going to make everything a very simple and a very futuristic system to make things cooperate and comply a lot easier.
I know at the time it was a possibility of not putting in the reed bed, and it was going to be quite a bit cheaper, of course, if you don't.
Right. No, that what the initial thought was like. So was it worth the time frame you're recouping, and then that's when Jim informed us that what it would take and the time it would take to recoup and everything.
Okay.
The reed bed is our best decision.
All right.
And Mr. Ross has answered very similar questions for the last hour. I've tried to wring the sponge as
I
dry
haven't
as I
signed the
can.
document yet, so.
Yeah, so right now I think if it's okay, I'll get back with the folks at the bank and
Sure.
see what we can line up. That's good. Yeah, is there a second on the finance? consideration of possible action regarding equipment for public works. Kind of and I don't know, the short version is, we found one on Purple Wave, I thought it was great, we bid, and I appreciate y'all for the ones I spoke with to give us the okay, but we ended up, I don't know, kind of like it reminded me of the Chiefs-Bills game a couple years ago. We're in the lead, we're behind, we're in the lead, we're in behind, and then this time the clock ran out when we were $500 behind. So, you know, they talk about, you know, the door closes and window opens sort of stuff. I don't know, Kyle, there was another place found that
Yeah.
does have one.
It's in the packet. So, after the bid thing didn't pan out very well for us, we started looking at other options. Same machine, close to the same hours. There was a company that had one, they were asking 56 for it, and contacted them and kind of talked to them like, you know, this is what I'm looking to spend, and they were willing to actually come down to that price. After talking with them, getting everything kind of set up, we did realize that they were a little bit further away, obviously. They were willing to work with us and help on shipping to get it shipped into us, but the machine we was bidding on was a 2014, and this one's a 2018, so it's actually 4 years newer. Only has like a couple hundred hours more than the other one did. So we're getting a newer machine than the one we were actually initially planning on bidding on.
But it has more hours on it.
200 hours more.
200.
Yeah, we went from like 700 to 900 here, so we're still a low hour machine. And then with this machine, why we go with this one? Well, for one, this is the same model the mayor kind of proposed to us. The nice thing about that is, yes, it is the bigger version of the machine, but at the same time, it don't limit us to certain attachments or capabilities. You know, this is one of the, you know, this is the biggest one that they made at the time, and this is going to open the opportunity for, you know, lifting more stuff, moving bigger objects, just a numerous of different attachments that can go to it. We don't have to worry about not having enough machine as well. So that's kind of a back and forth deal you can weigh out. But at that time, you know, when you're looking at a smaller machine, you know, your prices are still going to be up around the same area. A lot of people don't want to move around a bigger machine compared to the smaller one. We don't move it very far. It's here in town, so moving it around is not bad.
Which seller was this?
This is the first one. This was
The J&K?
Yeah, in Flint,
Okay.
Flint, Texas.
yeah, from Flint, Texas. And as part of our procurement process, I got 2 other bids, which you can see came at the same machine with about the same hours. One came at 56.5, and the other one came at 64.9. So we get a good deal on it. Like the buyer is willing to ship it to us for $1,200. We couldn't even go down to Texas to get it at that price.
No.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where if you don't have an umbrella, it's raining every day, and that's kind of what we've been here since ours went down. We've had snow, and we've had needed to load salt, we've had stuff, and if down at the wastewater plant, if one of those things needs to be lifted out, we don't really have a way of lifting them out right now, so it's,
And with the weather getting nicer, you know, we got all the roadways holding water. It'd be good to have a machine. We can get all the roadways, you know, side of the roads where it's all dirt's been pushed up, get those shaped down, get water off the roads, get ready for patching. That's gonna be handy for doing patches, everything else. I mean, it's just, this machine you're gonna be able to run a million head on, and you just got a number of things to do with it, so.
and we, what I would suggest is that we take half from water sewer, half from the street fund.
Yeah.
So that, we're liquid for it.
Everything works on it.
Said it was ready to go to work. Talked to the gentleman. He said that it's a great machine, no problem. It was ready to go to work at any time.
it be, because there's no warranties or anything, I saw, right?
Not my understanding, this is just
Would it be
a-
worth sending someone down there to check it out or drive it just to make sure, or are we just assuming we're just gonna, yeah, we're good, he said it's.
Yes, I'm open to whatever, I mean, yes, it's one of those deals, I'm sure everybody would feel comfortable actually looking at it, you know, and inspecting it, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Wonder if there's just something you can have in writing that it is everything that they said it was.
Right.
You know, that you get it back and all of a sudden something doesn't work, that you can say, hey, you have something in writing.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Do that.
That's easy.
Just some little protection or something.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to
Fire
be,
pit winter stuff, yeah.
you're supposed to send Kyle some video of it actually running
So
too.
it's kind of like as is where is, but yet you don't get to test drive it, so.
Right,
yeah.
that's-
Well, he offers us to come down and look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's just, yeah, it's not.
Texas,
like-
right, no, Texas.
Right.
It is a
It's a
dealer,
trip, yeah.
you know, it's a big size dealer down there.
Yeah.
They buy and sell, you know, equipment all the time. I mean, that's one thing, it's not like we're buying it from an individual that's got it hidden in the backyard, like, well, good luck. No, no. You know.
Wonder why they're smiling when they're doing
Right,
it.
yeah, they're like, yeah, absolutely, but no, they've been very understanding, you know, and willing to cooperate. They've actually reached out to us, you know, a couple times. So that makes me feel a little bit better, you know. they're not
Whenever we
just-
buy something like that out of state, we will hire the local Bobcat dealer to go and look at it for a few $100s, and they can give an evaluation of it like that also. That's an option for them.
Perfectly fine.
Might check and see
Thank you,
if somebody close.
Yeah, I'm sure they got a lot of deals on that.
We can send you down there with like $700-800 on plane tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, when like $300, they'll go and inspect it and give a report on it.
Okay.
Take a long time to drive that back.
Yeah. Might have a couple more hours, is what they're saying, but.
Back
I
a
like
couple
it.
lunches.
He'll put it in road gear.
Yeah.
Have a stutter for a while when he gets back.
Aim to get you more information by next meeting.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
Whatever you guys want, I mean.
How long are they gonna hold it?
That I.
Yeah, that I don't know.
That would
Yeah,
be the-
that's the other-
That's the next thing. I don't know.
I mean, you can make a motion to approve it based on us getting a mechanic, Bobcat mechanic to inspect it, get us a report back. So, it's whatever you guys want.
The conditionary motion?
Can we do?
Sure, absolutely.
I will make that motion then.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now, the next thing to do is, Adam Park Board President.
So the park board, we had two members that, because of their work schedule had changed, they had to resign off the board. We have one young man that would like to join, his name is Seth Myers. I got him approved of Casey today, and we'd just like to add him in. He's actually helped out, I'd say, the last 3 years with all of our events anyway. He's a Boy Scout, and just very good person.
As I said.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulate them on their new achievement.
New work or me?
The next step, discussion regarding elimination of paper agendas.
I had briefly talked to Joe, and I know we talked about this before, about moving to tablets for the board, and I had a real quick discussion with Joe, he's got the information.
So, the budget first took over, she was looking at costs, and we are spending a lot of money on packets. I mean, like this packet alone, you know. So, I have talked to other city administrators around in this area, and a lot of them are going to tablets at each podium, and I can load up this in a PDF file, do away with the paperwork. I talked to Steve, and legally, all we have to do is just post the agenda, which I do every time on the window. And so I talked to our IT guy today, we can get 11-inch tablets, they're like $120 a piece, we'll get 7 of them for all of you to have one at your podium. What happens, before each meeting, I'll come in, get the tablets turned on, get them, the agenda put up, and then you guys just look through them and see everything. Now, I still will email out the agenda in email form, couple days prior, so we got experience, but it's just a way to stay paper. Cost of tablet, like I said, is about $120 per tablet.
Sounds good to me.
Because I know when we were doing the budget, looking at how much money we spent on paper, it was like, wow,
Yeah, I mean,
they'll pay for themselves.
I say I'm an analog guy in a digital world, but that's what you desire. I've been on other boards that do it that way, it's all right. Not my favorite, but I can do it. Is there a motion to make the change?
Did you figure out how much it saved?
No. Be honest.
How much are we paying for a ream of paper now?
Yeah.
One of those 1,000 counts or whatever it is.
The ink,
How much?
I don't know offhand, like this is about up.
You mean you're not prepared?
It's gonna save $10,000 a year.
That's a good number.
But you wanna pull that thing, get that on, pull that together, and we can vote next meeting?
Sure, yeah.
No, I'm okay with it, I just think we probably ought to know that, have that anyway. I mean, just man hours, paper.
Yeah, not a problem.
They've gone to that with the school district, so I mean,
All right, next up, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a new website. See, I think the one thing I was telling Alderman Walcott is we've got to make sure that the content stays fresh, that it's one of those things that we get a new provider, but we build it and it looks great on May 1st of 2025 and don't mess with it until 2027, it's really good nothing. So the issues we've had though with the water and some other stuff over the past year and a half, the text caster thing is good, but there's got to be another way to get the message out if folks don't do text messages or whatever. So I think this is a good way, and I think it's also a good way for us to craft our message to the community and would-be visitors. To why do I want to go to Buckner? We can put that kind of stuff on there. We just got to do it. And so if these folks are motivated to keep it current, what have you. And I think, Joe, you said you would have editing rights on this, so we don't have to go to a third party. You can actually put stuff in there.
My recommendation, we would go this route, would be the read a bit, and I actually sat through conferences and actually the software with all three of them. Read a bit is, they deal for smaller communities, and it has a lot of great features on it. For one, like I said, I can update it daily, change it. The second feature that I didn't realize to today's meeting was they got a tab on there that people can sign up for email, and every time I put an alert on the website, it automatically see emails and text messages out to whoever signs up for it, just like a text message you got signed up for it. And that's all free. We got a section that I can do, which is help, it's called visitor page. It would bring up a map of the city of Buckner. And on that map, they can put down all the restaurants, and they can scroll in, and they can click on the icon and bring up the restaurants, what, the hours, and a brief description, Toscano's, Italian restaurant, here's the phone number. They also do city parks. The calendar feature on it, we can set a calendar for Aldermen meetings, and then the park board can set their own calendars up with their own events on it. They can actually, people can click on the dates, and they can reserve, like if they want to reserve the shelter house for that day, they can click on it and then actually pay through that website. And then it'd be up to me or whoever I sign it to okay that payment. And then there's reserve, it blocks that out. So there's several key features, and it's only $159 a month, no contracts. If you sign within 30 days of this proposal, we get the first 3 months for free. It includes them hosting, maintaining it, and doing all the work for us. And then it also comes in adapter for the phone, cell phone.
So that is about $1,000 more than what.
Yeah, and I did reach out to our current provider right now, and I gave them the same list, and have them go through the websites And they flat out said, we can't do nothing like this, not even close. I mean, what we got now is as good as it gets with that current company.
That's a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's just basically a page, you know.
So no
But yeah,
contract, you can cut it off anytime you want.
No contract can cut off any time, it's paid monthly. Well, the other ones, they wanted the yearly up front, but I did break it down monthly so you can see, but they wanted the yearly up front. And they would actually move all the information for us. It's gonna take about 6 to 8 weeks to get the page up and running. But, you know, during that time, you know, I can have like Cal from the public department come in, we set the whole page, and then once we've got it, we like it, it'll go live. Now, as part of this, what I want to do was suggested to all companies, it's cool that we got a .org as a you know, www.government.org, you know, emails at .org. Since about 6 months ago, the federal government allowed people, municipalities, and counties to go to the .gov, which is free. So our new website would be www.citybutler.mo.gov, and our emails would be citybutler.mo.gov. And this is a good time to just kind of do the changeover, and they are willing to help us go through all that changes too.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
What motion would you like to make?
That we use,
Amendment.
yeah, amendment.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous it is. I hope we do not need to go to executive session. We don't need to reconvene. I will mention, that one of the things on the internet provider and what have you, that I don't know if everybody's got it, I think mine was some kind of two-factor. There was folks that they were, I guess, phishing folks that were spoofing my email. It wasn't me, but I got contacted by a couple different people.
Is that what that is?
That I emailed them wanting them to do something. And one of them was a Rotary guy from St. Joe that I know, I was Rotary president, but I don't, he goes, this doesn't sound like you, is there really something I need to do? It wasn't, and they said that, they had not gotten inside our system, but he said there was like 5 or 6 foreign addresses that had tried to penetrate. So, if you don't change your passwords often, you might want to change them, because there sounds like there's people out there trying to get into our systems. No, that's not on the agenda. It's just something that happened in the last 2 weeks, so. Elected officials' comments.
I'd like to commend the, Kyle and folks that, I've seen there's a lot of patchwork going on. Have we contacted whoever we need to fix the pieces that aren't ours, like over by Casey's and over by Shell with giant craters in the ground? We call,
I have not, but we can.
yeah, can we please?
Yeah.
I mentioned this quite a while back before you, but I was wondering, is there a way that I can get, maybe, you may have already done it, like a maintenance schedule on all of our equipment, on how, you know, when you grease it, when you change this, like, we had one at ABF that I ran, and it had everything we did weekly, everything we did monthly, everything we did every 6 months and once a year. And so, but I've never seen one since I brought it up. I was wondering if we could have that way we know that our equipment's kind of
Yeah, absolutely.
getting, and it's good for you as far as keep puts one of your people on it, and that'd be their job. And they can say, well, did you check all this off?
Yeah.
And what you'll find is you'll just keep adding to it. You'll have this, it'll be pretty good size.
Yeah, no, the guys are really good right now, you know, usually on Fridays, we got some downtime, the guys are really good about cleaning the cabs and trucks out, they're staying on top of that. Got pressure washer, they've been pressure washing trucks, and now with salt spreaders in between these storms, you know, is it gonna happen, is it not?
I know you're doing a lot. I appreciate
They're
it.
keeping them up, I mean, the guys are actually staying on top of things, doing a really good job, I'm super proud of them, so. But yeah, we can get you something like that.
All right. One more thing, how's the Jackson County money going?
I wrote another letter to all the executives again, and I just haven't heard back yet, but Manny told me that if I don't hear back from Frank soon, I mean, to give him a call, he'd try working, him and Sean Smith and me working it from there. But he wanted to give Frank Wright a chance for us to respond, but he asked also me to send it to the rest of the committee, which I did, that same letter, revised.
How long do you think it'll be?
They got two, just like us, they got 2 years of spending now. So
2
they got-
years, they got.
Yeah, well, they got the end of 2026. December 31st of 2026, they gotta be
Oh,
spent.
my goodness.
So, and I guarantee they're gonna probably sit on one thinking. But,
He won't get all that money.
and then Manny also suggested that we try to get it back up in the news again, that, you know, I really don't wanna go through all the water main breaks and get it back up in the news.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
And I'd just like again to thank the Public Works folks. We've had a couple snow events and I haven't heard or seen any negative feedback on that. And the streets seem to be in pretty good shape relative to other places. And thanks Chief and law enforcement. We continue to keep the town in order and again, no allegations of malfeasance.
None of it
Been there for a while, that was a weekly occurrence, so I appreciate the job you guys are doing and doing it right, so thank you for that.
I think the chief got a couple of new troops coming on board here before too long, he told.
Yeah, we got Sergeant Kendall left and Donato, I got them replaced, so they'll be starting in the next couple of weeks. Both of them have a little bit of experience, not a lot.
Which officer has the dog?
Harden.
Harden, okay.
Is there anything else? Not, we take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?